Hello, Virgos, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for this week of October 19th. I cannot believe we're mid-October. It's almost like I don't want it to end. We had that incredible new moon in Libra, guys, and while Mercury and Mars are retrograde, everyone's like, oh, it happens every year, the Mercury one, so it's kind of like we can do this, and it's really improving our communication skills, helping us to grow consciously. So see it for the blessing, hopefully that it is. I should knock on wood. I hope that doesn't bite me. But it really is Virgo. Now, this is for Virgo, sun, moon, or rising, and it is a general reading, guys. So please be sure to check all three, your sun, or your moon, your ascendant, and or known as your rising. And if you're not sure which one that is, there's a free calculator down below. All right, guys, let's get started. I know everyone's like, oh my God, what does Mercury retrograde mean? Honestly, guys, it's probably a little more arguments, miscommunication. Make sure you double check all the spell check in your emails and that you're sending it to the right people, things like that. Cross your T's, dot your I's, and be more compassionate with yourself, okay? So if you do make any mistakes or there are any arguments, see how you have an opportunity to improve your communication, heal that pattern. Maybe a situation that came up that really needed to be discussed came up, you know? So I always ask the universe to help this. I surrender it up for the best and the highest outcome, for the happiest outcome for everybody involved. All right, Virgo, I'm going to jump on in and see what this week has in store for you. So I'm just going to get quiet for a moment and tap in. This week, October 19th. Okay. I noticed the earth signs cards are kind of coming up in clumps. It's kind of an interesting thing. I think there's some density to the situations that are arising for you guys. We have the King of Swords, the Four of Coins, the Ace of Wands. I think each and every one of you earth signs have had the Ace of Wands, the Justice card, the World, the Five of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the Four of Swords. So starting right out the gate, the King of Swords and the Four of Coins, what you might need to embody this week, Virgo, is to be a lot more mentally and emotionally balanced because you're resisting change. The Four of Coins is someone who doesn't like change. No, I mean, I don't know many people that do, to be quite frank. But it's kind of those people who are like, oh, no, I'm too scared to buy that house, or I'm too scared to do this, but yet they spend like $200 at the bar the night before, where they might splurge. It's kind of like people who splurge their money or like hold on to too much money versus just making healthy decisions. It's good to change, especially when that change is going to lead to expansion and happiness. So the King of Swords right out the gate in the beginning of the week is saying, hey, be logical. Be logical. Yes, of course, the decisions we make come because we want to feel good and feel happy and aligned and respected and loved. But the King of Swords is saying, be smart. You have these conversations. The King of Swords is also about having really balanced conversations, almost to the level of professionalism. It's like, it's very logical. And the King of Swords also delegates to some degree, but being able to have a safe space to have these conversations. Now you have the Ace of Wands with this. So this is about really amazing new adventures, Virgo. Some of you can be moving for work. Some of you guys could be taking creative opportunities. Any opportunities that are new, challenging, exciting, and perhaps require some level of travel or movement. Now, this I understand because these are things that are going to create change, right? It's going to cause you to expand. It's going to cause you to grow. And it's definitely going to cause you to challenge yourself because this is something that you really desire. It's something that really gets you going, gives you the opportunity to do something that gives that sense of wonder and excitement, right? And when an opportunity like that presents itself, it's really, really freaking easy to sabotage it. And you might be saying, oh, it's because of money or it's because of this. No, it's because you're afraid. That's a fact. You know, you're afraid of it. And it's natural. When something amazing comes, opportunity of quote unquote failing, maybe not being good enough, not turning out the way that I wanted or whatever, that's what's playing on the background. But we make excuses. Oh, you know, I can't, not this year, not with the kids. Or even though your kids are like teenagers, they don't need you, you know, or I can't because of finances. Really? Because you have that huge chunk of money in there and I think you're going to be okay. So the King of Swords is like, hey, If you want to grow and expand, you want to be that CEO or that business owner, you want to do those things because that's what the King of Swords is. Extremely professional, intelligent. He's the corner office COO. If you want those things, that's going to require growth, okay? Now we have the Justice card. Now the Justice card can be court systems. It can be, so if any Virgos out here are doing anything in the courts, know that this is a good sign. It's going to rule in your favor. However, be on the straight and narrow, because when you have the Justice card, karma is really at play with both parties, but it's looking like it's going to fold out in what you're looking for. But if you play in a very not healthy way, it's going to smack your hand here. Now, for those who aren't in court rulings, this is about, there's an imbalance in your life. Maybe you're stuck in a rut, Virgo. Maybe you know that in order to take your kids to college, or for you to buy that house, you know that you need to do something new because that admin job isn't going to pay you the $100,000 a year you're looking for. So you have to take that opportunity. Maybe you have to move. And the Justice card is saying your life's out of balance, so you need to fight for yourself. Don't give up. Stand up to rebalance the scales here. We have the World card, which can represent travel, again, internationally as well. But it's also about, you've completed a cycle, Virgo. Congratulations, you've done it. You've learned and gained all you can in this current arena, and you know it. So either you can just keep paddling in place in this water that you already know so well, or you can take this opportunity. You can face the fear of change, embrace the opportunity, the blessing change has to give, and bring this life back in, bring your spirit back in, and pull these things into balance. We have the Five of Wands with the Seven of Wands here. This is a lot of arguments. Virgo, I think a lot of people depend on earth signs a lot because they're very grounded people. So when you decide to make a decision out of self-love, self-respect, because it's something that's close to your heart and that you're excited about, well, guess what? It's going to shift the power of balance. All those people who are dependent on you, which, by the way, not your freaking responsibility all the time, you're going to have arguments. You're going to have arguments. People are like, oh, you shouldn't do that, stupid, or that's dumb, or what are you thinking? And it's going to try to get at you, but no, not this time, Virgo. Not this time. You have that Seven of Wands. So you are going to have that backbone, and you're going to stand your ground with confidence and self-respect and self-love and say, hey, enough. You're going to stand up for yourself. You're going to stand up for what you believe in, what you deserve, and what you want. And whether or not people like it, they can kiss your butt, because that's their issues, their fears. Because when you make a decision that's ultimately out of self-love and self-respect, that's a good decision. And if other people don't like it, that's not your problem, okay? And ultimately, too, when you do that, it's also the best decision for everyone else, because maybe that person needs to learn to grow up. That person needs to stand on their own feet. That person needs to clean up their own shit. That person over there needs to stop using you. Do you see what I'm saying, Virgo? So pull that aside. Then you have the Four of Swords. What's going to help make this decision with a full heart, with full faith? Sleep. Rest. Sleep on it. You're going to move forward. Sorry, there was a gnat. You're going to move forward regardless, Virgo, but don't move forward in fear, and don't move forward second guessing yourself. So you sleep, you meditate, you pray, you allow your energy to clear and to balance and to align and to find equilibrium. And from that space of knowing, regardless of if you know every single step along the way, openness, then you move forward. I hope this serves you, Virgo. If you like a more in-depth tarot session, a soul reading, a healing session, my links are down below. Otherwise, I send you love, and I will see you next week for next week's readings. Take care.